Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And today I'm really excited to be sharing with you my top 5 favorites from IT Cosmetics. And if you've been around my blog for a while, and even here on YouTube, I feel like you would know that IT Cosmetics has a lot of really wonderful products and I'm just such a fan of the brand, and there's just so many products that I really enjoy. But recently I picked out 5 favorites, and it was really hard to kind of condense my list to just 5 of my top favorites from the brand, but I finally kind of sat down and said, okay, Katie, like, what have you repurchased? Either once, twice, one of these things I've repurchased, I think 3 times. Those are the ones that I pulled aside, and those make up my top 5. I still have a lot of other favorites from IT Cosmetics, and I think I'm going to tag in 2 at the end, just as a little bonus, but anyway, enough chit chat, let's just dive right into my top 5 favorites from IT Cosmetics. I feel like I am a bit unusual when it comes to liking this product, but my first pick is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream Plus Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum Plus SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Physical Sunscreen. IT Cosmetics has the longest names, I swear. But anyway, it's their CC Plus cream, and I am such a huge fan of this CC cream. And I think the biggest reason is because this is a CC cream that still gives me coverage. So if my skin's kind of acting up and, you know, just out of sorts, or I'm getting a lot of breakouts, or whatever the case may be, and I just don't want to put on a full, just like a regular foundation, I often reach for the CC cream because in my mind, like, it's giving my skin a break from regular foundations and whatnot, but I'm still getting a lot of coverage because this is amazing. Like, it gives really good coverage. And I feel like me being oily is odd because I feel like a lot of people who are oily say that they don't like this, but I find it really nice and comfortable. Yes, I do at the end of a long day get shiny and it starts to break down and stuff like that, but for the most part it holds up really well. But I've actually found pairing it with the Derma Blend Flawless Corrector. Their Flawless Corrector little cover drops, those are very mattifying, so paired with this, it does really well at prolonging how long this will last, and also it doesn't feel so thick on my skin, because this can definitely feel after a couple hours almost like too hydrating because my skin is so oily, and then this is, you know, gives some hydration. So that the Derma Blend cover drops kind of balances it out so it doesn't feel quite so hydrating on my skin. And I really enjoy the combo. So yeah, I feel like that was really long-winded, but all that to say, I am a fan of this. I originally, when I first tried out this, had the jumbo size, so it was like 2 ounces, because this is only a 1.08 fluid ounce now, but I used the whole thing up, and then I just got it again in just the regular size, and I'm so happy to have it back in my collection. So yeah, I definitely had to give this guy a ranking in my top 5 from IT Cosmetics because I recommend this a lot. And my mom likes it. I got her hooked on it too. All right, next up, I automatically knew Tightline mascara was going to be in the top 5. I think I've gone through, this will be my 4th tube. This is a brand new tube, and it is the itziest bitsiest little wand you will ever see. That's how long the wand is, because I'm sure it just looks like a little stick, but there is little tiny bristles here. But you can use this as like a primer to kind of coat your lashes and really get close to your lash line and act as a tight line for you. But I like this for my lower lashes. Now, if you guys been here a while, been around following me for a while, you know I have the ittiest, bittiest, tiniest, babiest lower lashes that you will ever see. I feel like out of like my entire family, and I have 7 sisters, I have like the tiniest lashes out of us all. So like taking just a regular mascara, like I always am just shocked when I see people, you know, applying their mascara and then they just take that mascara to their lower lashes, and I'm like, how? Because if I try to do that, then I just get mascara everywhere because my lashes are so tiny. It just clumps on too much, or the wand is just too big to get that close in, and then I just touch my face and I get mascara everywhere. So it's really important, all that to say, it's really important for me to have a tiny wand, and this gets it. Yes, there are dupes for this mascara. The NYX Pixie has one. They work well. They're a little bit drier. I feel like this has more longevity in its life, and that it stays a little, you know, creamier, easier to apply, doesn't dry out as quickly as the NYX and the Pixie, but they all work fine. I have to have one of those in my collection. And if I have a choice, I do like my IT Cosmetics. Next up is still IT Cosmetics, but it is a little bit more on the skincare side of things. It is a makeup remover, but I had to include this because you guys know I do a two-step cleansing. I either use a cleansing balm or a cleansing oil to remove my makeup, and then I go on with a face wash afterwards. And this guy has to be, out of all the cleansing balms and all the cleansing oils I've used over the years, this is my favorite. It smells amazing, for starters. It smells like lemony. If you've ever tried, I think it's their face primer. One of their primers smells like this too. It just has a very citrusy scent to it. Not overpowering, but it's this really refreshing citrusy scent. So I love the smell of it. Besides that, it takes off your makeup so well. Like, impressively well, to the point where if I use this and I really take the time to sit and massage it all in, and then I wet my face and rinse it off and, you know, do a foaming cleanser over top, oftentimes I can totally skip out on doing eye makeup remover, because usually I follow up after that with an eye makeup remover just to make sure I got all the mascara, liner, and whatnot off of my lashes and my eyes. And a lot of cleansing balms don't really get my mascara and liner off, because I like to wear waterproof mascaras and really water resistant liners because I have such watery eyes. This guy is pricey, so this is kind of like when I want to treat myself. But I've been through, I'm about to empty my third jar, and then I have this guy, which is brand new, as you guys just saw. Have not touched it yet, ready to go. So this will be the fourth cleansing balm. You don't get much in there, which is why I say it's really pricey. You only get 2.82 ounces. I do have a post on my blog comparing this to the Clinique Take the Day Off, but when I can splurge, this is what I go for. And it is available at Sephora, so VIB sales, and you know, end of the year they get, I think they send you $25 off of $50. This is something I would definitely recommend splurging on because it is a fantastic makeup remover. You will enjoy the experience of taking off your makeup. This has my heart. It's a good one. Okay, so this next one I haven't repurchased, but it's one that I got a different formula of. So I did want to include it in my top 5, and you guys know I love eyeshadows, so I had to include an eyeshadow palette, but I really like IT Cosmetics, what is the line? Naturally Pretty? Yeah. They're Naturally Pretty eyeshadow palettes. Now this one, the original one that I purchased was a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago. It was a limited edition, like winter, Christmas, holiday collection, and it was the Naturally Pretty Celebration palette, and that was my first experience with their all matte with, you know, one shimmer transforming shade palettes. And I really wanted to try this because you guys know I love matte eye looks, matte eye palettes, and I really enjoyed the formula. I think it's a fantastic formula. As you guys can see, I've hit pan on this shade, and I have major dip going on in this shade. I've used a lot of them. They have a nice black. They got a purple and a blue for some, you know, pops of color and just to play around with it. But it is a fantastic formula, and I think it's well worth looking at. And I feel like I don't really hear anyone talking about the IT Cosmetics when it comes to their eyeshadow palettes. I have not tried their superhero palette, but their all matte palette, you know, with the exception of the transforming shade. I'm not the biggest fan of the transforming shade. It works, but I feel like if you're getting this palette, you're mainly getting it for the, you know, doing matte looks. This will work if you want to pop that on the lid. It will transform and give you a kind of sheen, more, not so much a shimmer. I feel like it's more of like a satin finish to your eye. But anyway, I feel like if you're getting this palette, you're getting it for the mattes, you're getting it for those matte eye looks, and I think their quality and the quality of these mattes are fantastic. So I did want to pick up the OG because I feel like this is such a great palette, but I can't recommend it because you can't get it anymore. So this is their first volume 1, a Naturally Pretty palette, and originally I think it came in that kind of like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture and Modern Renaissance palettes, like that kind of fuzzy, felty type of material, and everyone always complained about it. So they now have it. I don't know when they switched it, but it's now in like a, I don't know, just like a sleek, it's not fuzzy and felty anymore. So that's something, if you, if that was a reason you always passed over this palette, maybe check your Ulta and see if they carry this new style. Anyway, great shade selections and great like beginner palette, I feel like, because you can get really easy looks out of these, and I just think the quality is there. And I don't hear enough people talking about this, but when I think of my all matte palettes and like, you know, creating looks with them, this definitely ranks high up there in my collection, so I did want to include their palettes, their naturally pretty palettes, in my top 5 favorites from It Cosmetics. And then last but most certainly not least is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores. This is the pressed version. I've never tried their loose version, so I mean, I'm not saying it's no good, but I just haven't tried it. But this is actually my second compact of their pressed Bye Bye Pores, and I love this for setting my under eyes. I used it today. Not that you guys can really ever see setting powder, but it's just very finely milled. It sets it really nicely. It feels very light. I don't notice any, it causing my concealers to crease. It doesn't, give me a white cast on my under eyes, and it's just a very nice setting powder for under your eyes. Now, can you get one from the drugstore? Sure, but I do think this is just a step up from the ones that I've tried from the drugstore, and it's just a little bit finer. Kind of reminds me of the NARS setting powder. I forget what it's called, the Chrysalis powder, but more affordable than the NARS, so there's that. But I really do like it. As I said, this is my second one, and this definitely gets it in a top 5 spot for me from It Cosmetics, because this is a great setting powder for under my eyes. All that to say, I really do like it and do highly recommend it. And so those were my top 5. Now, I did want to include kind of a bonus 6th spot, because I really do like the It Cosmetics brushes, but I've never really repurchased one, so that's why I stuck to these products, because all these products, as I said, I've either repurchased or like purchase a second formula of the same thing. So brushes I've never really repurchased, but you can use brushes over and over, you know what I mean. So I'm just going to stick in a 6th bonus spot for their brushes. As you can see, they're extremely dirty. But this one is the Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection number 7 brush. It's like a duo-sided brush. The concealer brush is nice, but I mainly love it for the foundation. I just feel like it's really easy to buff on my foundation, give me a very flawless airbrush look. It's fantastic. And then this is the It Cosmetic, oh no, I think the word's rubbed off. C4361 is the number on the bottom. I don't know, I'll stick the name in here and I'll leave it linked down below. But this is like my favorite brush to apply powder foundation whenever I do want to skip out on doing a liquid foundation for the day and I just want to do a powder. This is my favorite brush to go to. There's one brush from Smashbox that's kind of, I like it, but I think I still like this one a little bit more. I don't own many like brushes for applying powder foundation because I don't wear it that often, but this is one I've had in my collection for I want to say 2 or 3 years, and it's not going anywhere because I really, really like it, and it's a fantastic brush. But yeah, I know It Cosmetics brushes are an investment because they are pricey, but they last really, really well, and if you ever have any problems with them, contact customer service, because my first brush, this little brush here, randomly, like, I think the concealer side popped off, like it came off of the ferrule came off, and it wasn't a huge deal to me, but I was like, let me just contact customer service and see, and they replaced my brush, no problem. I sent them a picture to show like, hey, I've only had this like under a year and it came apart, and they replaced it, no extra charge to me. They were really sweet, really nice, and even my package got lost and they were still super sweet and sent out another package. So their customer service is great, so they really do stand behind the quality of their brushes. But yeah, I really do like their brushes, and I always am recommending It Cosmetics or It brushes for Ulta. It Cosmetics brushes that are sold at Ulta. So yes, their brushes are fantastic. So that wraps up my top 5 favorites from It Cosmetics, or top 6. I had to throw the brushes in there, but yeah, these products are just ones that I've repurchased. So I feel like that says a lot when you go out and buy it again because you miss having it in your collection, or you just really enjoyed one formula, so you want to get more of that same formula. So I really wanted to share them with you. I'm going to leave a bunch of links down below. One of the links will be, this top 5 that I'm sharing here today. I did do it on my blog already. I also had, I think 2 or 3 years ago at this point, I did a top 10 and shared my favorites, my top 10 favorites from It Cosmetics. I don't have all those products anymore, but still relevant if you're looking for, the points I made on those products are still relevant if you want to look at and check that out as well. I will leave that link down below. But yeah, with all that said, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what brand you would like to see my top 5 favorites from. I do want to start making this kind of not a habit or routine, but just giving you more top 5 favorites from brands, or maybe top 5 of a certain category, like top 5 palettes or top 5 you know, foundations, that kind of thing. But let me know if there's a certain brand or category you're really curious to hear my top 5 recommendations from. And yeah, with all that said, I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.